It's kind of hard when we do this YouTube thing live, because when I click on the streaming button, it doesn't go live immediately on your side. So my past is your present is my past. Alright, anyway, bonjour à tous, comment allez-vous? Chào các anh chị, các bác có khỏe không? Ăn sáng chưa? Ăn đủ chưa? Ăn cho no chưa? Rồi, anh Tuấn Bùi, trong lúc rảnh rỗi con nên thở tiểu tự thiên, tiểu châu thiên, đề can không? Có gì nguy hiểm không? Tẩu hỏa nhập ma, ồ. Alright, anh Tuấn, bình thường á, nếu mình không làm gì hết á, mình có thể thở tiểu châu thiên, no problem. Bình thường á, tiểu châu thiên là safe, it's a safe practice. Nhưng mà đề can á, thì không cần đề can, cứ tập tiểu châu thiên là đủ rồi. Đề can á, nếu đề can vài lần thôi, khoảng 7-10 lần thôi. Đàn ông thì không sao lắm, có thể làm nhiều hơn. Mà đàn bà là chắc chắn là không nên làm nhiều. Nếu đề can á, thì làm ít thôi. Alright. Nhưng mà không có quan trọng, tại vì thường mình đề can tại vì mình muốn huấn luyện, mình muốn có cái sức nóng mình tụ lại vào trong cái đan điện, cái rúng của mình, chứ không phải là để mình bình thường mình không có cần là mình phải focus create cái sức nóng, sáng tạo cái sức nóng. Thường là mình phải có cái focus, thành ra mình không có phải bình thường rồi mình làm, no. Thành ra đề can là thường là khi nào mình tập mới đề can. Rồi tiểu châu thiên thì cũng có thể làm được. Khi nào mình rảnh, mình ngồi rồi cho office mà rồi mình hơi mở thấy gì á, thì mình có thở tiểu châu thiên, no problem. Okay. I'm just answering the question of Tuấn Bùi asking about when I'm free, when I have some time, can I do the circulation breathing and the Dekan at the same time, squeeze the perineum up? Is it any dangerous or not? And so the answer is you can actually do the circulation breathing at your free time, anytime, anywhere. There's no danger for this practice. But Dekan, I would not recommend. We're not recommending it. Usually with Dekan, because we really want to focus and generate the heat and bring it up to the navel, the Tantien. So Dekan is mostly reserved when you actually practice than when you do the daily thing. Like you drive and then suddenly you're on the red line and then you want to do the Dekan. You don't need to do that. Just do circulation breathing if you like to. All right. So Dekan is not needed to do. It's always good to do the circulation breathing, even if you don't feel the energy, but you create the pathway, the mental image in you. So when you actually practice, the mental image, the mental flow is there, and so the energy, once you create it, it's generated, it flows much easier, much faster. All right. Khi nào mình bình thường mình cứ tập chữ thô thiên rồi mình không có cảm nhận cái năng lượng cũng không sao, nhưng mà cứ làm như vậy mình sáng tạo cái mental image, cái hình ảnh nó rất là thông. Thành ra khi nào mình tập thiệt á, tập càn khôn, tập linh và khí công tai chi á, thì tự động nó mới chạy, nó dễ chạy, tại vì mình quen rồi, trong cái não của mình nó quen rồi. Alright, before we start our session exercise, I want to go back and review with you about the breathing practice, the breathing training. So I'm going to use my tablet here, and so here, what is this? Breathing training. So you understand better. And this is good because Anton asked a question about the circulation breathing. So it's part of the training actually. So here, the very first thing when you practice breathing, when you train yourself, when I was telling you, is to breathe strong. You need to learn how to breathe strong. Breathe strong. Okay. And I hope you can read my handwriting. If you can read my handwriting, you're really good. My handwriting is really bad. And I will put the blame on the sorry to say that. on the American culture, education. It's a long story. You don't want to hear that, right? So strong breathing, breathe strong. So you need to make noise when you breathe. And there's many little steps. So at first you breathe, you of course you want to curl your tongue up, and you only breathe through your nose. That's the technique. And when you breathe, at first you see how the nose is kind of squeezing in. You make the noise with your nose. And it's kind of weird. Yes, it is weird. Second thing is you need to make sure that you're breathing strong like this. You need to guide your breath. Imagine you guide your breath down all the way to the navel or the lower abdomen. It doesn't matter yet at the very beginning stage. Why you do that? Because usually when you just started to breathe and you breathe strong, the tendency is that some oxygen goes to your brain and suddenly you just feel dizzy. So you need to learn and train yourself. And usually when you do it for a while, about 5 minutes, when you just started, or you teach to someone, one of your friends who never did the strong breathing, tell them to guide the breath. Imagine the breath go down into the abdomen. And then if they can, is to expand the abdomen. All right? So they breathe strong like that. And after a while, they don't feel dizzy. That's the first step. Second step of the strong breathing is that you need to breathe in a way that you keep opening up your throat inside here. So when you exhale, usually when we exhale, we open it up already when we strongly exhale. Like that. So when you do, try to inhale with the same configuration of your throat, your neck. So the noise now is no longer from the nose, but it's somewhere from the neck area. Okay? And why we don't do that immediately? Because most of the time when you breathe strong, you cannot refine your breath deep inside. So the oxygen comes in so fast, and it has a tendency to stop at the chest, and you feel like, oh, I'm out of breath. You feel like it's too much on your chest. All right. So first, breathe through your nose, and I will do both. Sometimes I need to do with my nose to really refine it, and then sometimes I would do with just my neck, my throat. All right. So it's okay to do both. Both is all good. The only thing is sometimes when you do with your nose, it will dry out your nose. So, but you do need to go through that process for a while and really, really emphasize on strong breathing. So number one training of your breathing in terms of exercise, Integral Tai Chi exercise, is a strong breathing. Khi nào mình huấn luyện cái hơi thở của mình luôn tập càng không tập linh á, thì các bác phải nhớ là phải thở thiệt là mạnh. Thì lúc mình thở mạnh á, lúc đầu á, nếu các bác chưa có bao giờ thở mạnh á, thì là mình phải làm sao mà mình thở bằng mũi thôi, và phát cái âm thanh với cái mũi, cong một cái lỗ lên rồi mình thở như vậy. Rồi có khi có người làm như vậy, đem cái miệng lên như vậy cũng ok thôi, lúc đầu không sao, tại vì mình không biết thở mạnh, thành ra mình phải làm sao mà mình ráng thở mạnh trước, mình quen rồi mình mới bắt đầu mình có thể thư giãn được. Thành ra cứ thở đi, thở cho nó mạnh đi, vô, rồi từ nó dài ra. Nhưng mà cái cách mình làm dài ra là mình phải đem cái hơi thở vô sâu vào trong cái vùng bụng của mình phình bụng. Ok, rồi lúc đầu á, khi nào mình thở mạnh như vậy á, đa số là đem cái hơi thở cái oxy lên trên não á, thành làm chóng mặt. Thành ra nhớ mình phải hướng dẫn cái hơi thở vào trong cái bụng, dưới bụng của mình. Thì như vậy không có chóng mặt. Khoảng 5 phút là mình quen liền. Rồi sau một thời gian khoảng 3 tháng rồi á, thì mình quen rồi á, thì mình có thể thở, mình mở cái cổ thôi. Thành ra mình thở như vậy nè. Mà hơi thở như vậy nó dài hơn, nó more refined. Nhưng mà lúc đầu mình làm như vậy mà thở mạnh á, thì mình chưa có được thở mạnh, chưa có sâu được á, thì khi nào mình thở như vậy á, nhiều oxy nó vô á, nó vô mà nó cùng vô á, làm cho mình nghẹt trên cái lồng ngực, thành ra nó khó chịu lắm. Thành ra mình thở bằng mũi trước, âm thanh với cái mũi, rồi step số 2 là âm thanh với cái cổ. Ok. I'm gonna skip French. I'm gonna just 2 language for now. It's too much, and so I hope the French people will understand. I will translate it some other time. All right. Second is that you start to need to breathe with the abdominal breathing. My handwriting is so bad. I hate my handwriting. Abdominal breathing. All right. Okay. So I should have put up here strong breathing to make it more coherent with that. Strong breathing. Abdominal breathing. So you learn how to do abdominal breathing. So your breath starts to become deep. So you need to expand your inhale when you inhale and contract when you exhale. And same, we have 2 steps, 2 level, 2 phases. So at the beginning level, and still now, I still do the abdominal breathing where inhale you expand, exhale you contract, inhale you expand, exhale you contract. We try to create a space for our lungs by expanding all the organs relax down, so the lungs on the side here have more space to breathe in. And so, but also by expanding the abdomen, we create a space. And so when we focus at the navel or the dantian later on, then we can spot that dot as if which is the second phase later on, is we inhale, we contract everything, the abdomen, and exhale, we relax. Contract and relax, in and out. So when we do that, the energy, the heat is all over the place. When you start like that, you will feel the heat. It's a physical heat, but you cannot feel that little point at the dantian. So that's why you need to create a space so you can locate that spot first. And then later on, you do the reverse. So when you have the heat, even if you have the heat all over the abdomen area, you still have that little spot very clear. Okay, so the abdominal breathing. And it allows us to deepen our breath. And so not only you learn how to expand your abdomen, but we need to learn how to expand it from the very lower part of the abdomen. Abdominal breathing. All right? Cái thở số 2 là mình thở thì thở bụng tức là mình hít vô phần bụng, thở ra thoát bụng vô. Cái này là phase số 1 rồi, có thể là mấy năm sau á, khi là các bác tập khá rồi á, thì là mình làm cái nghịch thở bụng, là mình hít vô thoát bụng rồi thở ra mình relax. Thì khi nào mình thoát bụng vô như vậy, cái sức nóng nó dễ cảm nhận lắm. Nhưng mà khi nào mình bắt đầu á, mình chưa có cảm nhận được cái chỗ của cái đan điện á, thế là mình nên tập trước, mình phình bụng ra trước để cho mình có cái không gian. Khi nào mình có không gian á, thì nó dễ define cái chỗ, cái location của cái đan điện. Rồi khi nào mình có cái location, mình làm cái thở bụng nghịch lại. Okay? And then what happened is that when you practice like this, strong breathing will help you to strengthen your health. You strengthen your health. Strengthen your health. And then here, when you do the abdominal breathing, you deepen your breath, which also helps you to deepen your mind. Deepen your mind. Okay, it's all connected. One thing I did not really emphasize a lot, but you kind of guess about it, is that body and mind is so connected. We have the body and the mind. And so the same for the breathing, the way you breathe and the way you live, how it impacts your life. All right? And then what do we have next? Well, after you do this, then you have the Qi Gong breathing. Qi Gong, I'm going to write it completely in Vietnamese, like this with all the accent, but you don't need to. Qi Gong breathing. So with this training here, then you start to squeeze the perineum and you bring up, and so that we start to really work on the energy. It's just the beginning. So we create that heat. The idea is really to feel that heat, and that heat. Remember what we were talking about. The Huiyin, which is the perineum area, is the lowest part of our body, and it's a representation. but also it turns out that it is the lower part of our body in terms of the 7th chakra. So that is all the negative forces, all the negativity, and we need to bring the heat. And the heat represent the positive energy, or the heat is our motivation to transform ourselves, our aspiration, our passion to move up, to transform ourselves. So the heat is that representation, but also when you do feel that heat, you feel that in you, that you have that energy in you, that you want to improve yourself. So that's the motion of it. So they can to transform. All right, so we start from the bottom and slowly we bring up to the dantian, the navel, and slowly we're going to bring higher, and then so we can do the circulation, which is the next one. Okay, circulation breathing. Sau đó là mình có cái hơi thở là mình gọi là thở đề can. Thì đề can để mình nhíu cái hội âm là cái phần thấp nhất trong cái 7 cái luân xa, là cái phần thấp nhất trong cái thân của mình, nhưng mà là cũng là cái năng lượng mà nó hội tụ mà nó bị biến mất, thành nên nó âm, mình gọi âm, thành nên mình phải dương hóa lại. Thì cái cách dương hóa là cái sức nóng, làm sao mà sức nóng mà mình kéo lên lại được, thành nên mình đề can, mình nhíu rồi mình nhíu lên để từ sức nóng nó lên đến cái rúng, rồi từ cái nào nó quen rồi á thì mình làm sao cho nó làm một cái mình làm cho nó circulate, tức là mình làm cái vòng tiểu châu thiên. Số 4 là tiểu châu thiên á, làm sao mà mình tập để cho từ từ á, là từ cái mình ở đây phải không, rồi mình ở dưới đây, rồi mình đem lên trên đỉnh đầu, rồi đem xuống đến cái rúng đan điện như vậy. Thì là thành ra mình làm sao mình unblock tất cả mấy cái năng lượng, hoặc là unlock tất cả mấy cái stagnation trong cái người của mình, cái kẹt của mình á, rồi mình đi lên đi xuống như vậy, nó rất là thông. Từ cuối cùng á mình trở thành lại một cái flow, mình connect với trời và đất, thiên và địa. Okay, so next is the circulation breathing, and I'm drawing right here a small little boy or man or woman, and so here maybe I didn't draw it so well. You have the eyes, and here. So this is the front and this is the back here. So we inhale from the back, from the hui in or the tailbone, and you bring up, so that this is inhale and this is exhale, in and out to the front, in, out. So this is to create the flow of the energy in our body here. But why? It's to unblock everything. You remember the Tai Chi? So we need to unblock all the stagnation that we may have in ourselves. In our body means in our consciousness, actually. What happened in our consciousness is reflected to our body. What happened in our body is reflected in our consciousness. So when the energy is stagnant somewhere in our body, it also means that somewhere in our consciousness, in our mind, in our emotion, in our thoughts, something is not flowing. So we unblock and we make it back to the flow, so we can return to this original state of flow and of harmony. And so we connected with heaven and earth, and we become a real person. That's what they say in Chinese, real person, 真人, which is humane, someone very human, because we are so connected with heaven and earth. That's the circulation breathing. All right. And then so the fifth one, and that will be the last for now. There's more in our tradition, in our school here. We have more, but for now, that's all you will need to know. The next breathing, we call it return to the source breathing. And that's the reason why I introduced you all of this, the breathing training, because we are working on this today, the number 5, with the bowing exercise today. Return to the source. Or we can say return to the original. Return to the source, original. Origin. And so Mabel is checking on me. She's making sure that I'm saying correctly and all that. Cái hơi thở tiếp là mình gọi là cái hơi thở quy nguyên. In Vietnamese we call it quy nguyên. Quy nguyên. There you go. All right. How you do that? So let me draw it for you. So we have the same person here, and it is you with a big smile. And here how you do this. You have the Bai Hui on top, and you have the Hui Yin below the top of the head, and you have the perineum below. And then right here is the navel right here. So you need to bring the energy from the down, you bring up to the navel, and from the top you bring it down to the navel. So both energy actually come and meet to the same point. So let's try to do this again. So you have the Bat Hoi, the navel, and the Hui Yin here. Hui Yin, navel, and the Bai Hui. Okay? And what you do here is you inhale. So this is in. But when you exhale, you do the same. Exhale. Out. That's how you do it. For the exercise. For the meditation, we do a little slightly different, but basically it's the two forces. The key point, the two forces, one on top, one on the bottom, and you bring into the navel. So the interesting part is that the top is the positive force, and the bottom is the negative force. But here, what happened is, when you bring up like this, up means you transform into the positive, as when the positive going down, the motion of going down is the negative force. So by its own already, the positive, negative is transformed, both of them are transformed. But when the two are transformed and they meet at this point at the same time, right? So it's a meeting point, it's a date, right? Maybe it's a date. So if you date someone and then they don't come to the date, then it doesn't work. No magics happen. It has to come right at the same time. So you need to learn how to make that the two forces coming at the same time. One is a little bit shorter than the other. So how you do that, you figure it out, okay? That's the deal. So make sure they come on the right time. You put a schedule for both, and they meet at the same time at the right spot, the navel. So the positive and negative come together, and then what happened when plus and minus come together? Something happened. You guess, it just cancel out. Yes, it cancel out, but it's beyond canceling out. There is another type of energy coming out, and that type of energy is beyond plus and minus, the good and bad, the yin and the yang. And that's why we say return to the source. You will realize something that is beyond the duality, the world of duality. All right? It's a very wonderful practice. So that's how you do the Qi Nguyên, and I will explain to you how you do that with the form later today. Rồi, Qi Nguyên là sao? Là mình thở Qi Nguyên, tức là mình từ bắt hội trên này, rồi ở dưới là cái hội âm, rồi hai cái năng lượng mình đem nó phải gặp với nhau ngay khi rúng, nó phải đúng gặp nhau ngay khi rúng, chứ không có được là năng lượng lên đến cái rúng rồi xong cái năng lượng kia lên sao. Hai cái nó phải đều nhau, nó phải gặp với nhau đúng lúc, cùng lúc luôn, chứ không phải một cái nó tới trước rồi cái kia nó tới sau, phải đúng lúc. Alright, thì cái ngộ là ở trên là dương, ở dưới là âm, nhưng mà khi nào nó chạy á, ở dưới mà âm mà nó lên nó tức là biến thành dương, rồi ở trên mà đi xuống á là nó biến thành âm, mà hai cái nó gặp nhau á thì âm dương gặp nhau lại cũng như là nó cancel, phải không? Thành ra mình gọi là Qi Nguyên. Nó cancel, nhưng mà cái cancel đó nó không phải là cancel thôi, chứ là không có gì hết. Vẫn có cái gì đó là các bác phải tự động phải huấn luyện để experience cái cảm giác đó, cái tâm thức đó. Okay? Basically, that's how it is. Any questions? All right, people commenting on my drawing and my writing. Cool. I think Mabel brought some mosquitoes today. Didn't have mosquitoes yesterday, but she brought them in. So I just got bite really bad. Ay. No, thank you. All right, so let's get going. Let's move on to the next. All right, let's do our warm-up as usual. Fingers, khởi động ngón tay, cổ tay, xoay cổ tay. Wrists, les poignets. Reverse, xoay ngược lại, inversé. Drop your hands down, buông tay xuống. And now the toes. Wiggle your toes, khởi động ngón chân. Les orteils. On étire, giãn cổ chân, stretching your ankle. Rotate, xoay. Tournez votre cheville. Rồi, nguyên cái chân, the whole leg. Xoay ngược lại, reverse, inversé. Alright, stretch out, giãn cái chân ra. Good, change leg, đổi chân. Changer de jambe. Stretch, giãn chân ra. Rotate, xoay. Tournez. The whole leg now, nguyên cái chân. Inversé, ngược lại, reverse. Giãn chân ra, stretch. Étirez votre jambe. Alright. Put down knees, stretching your knees, giãn đầu gối. Bring hai chân vô, put the 2 feet together. Draw circles. Soyez. Commencez par des petits cercles, agrandissez au fur et à mesure. Ngược lại, reverse, inversé. All right. Hips. Reverse, soit ngược lại, inversé. So make sure when you understand this, what I've just told you about the breathing training, first thing first, make sure you breathe very strong. Learn how to breathe really, really strong. And you will see the difference with a stronger breathing when you exercise. Only when you exercise now regular time, or when you meditate. Meditation is a whole different training. It's not a whole different training, but it's the opposite. where you have to breathe very gentle, very, very gentle to subtle breathing. So in exercise, you need to be strong, and you'll see that you become stronger, and you feel a lot of positiveness in your being. And then after that, then you deepen your breath with the abdominal breathing. And the deepening your breath is very important because you need to open up the awareness of who you are really as a whole, and accept who you are as a whole, and not, no, I don't, you don't accept in a way that you say, I'm not really that, or you blame about yourself. You need to be more gentle with yourself. And so accepting as a whole, also to prepare yourself to start to get in touch into the bottom part, the ugliness, the dark side. And so the Qi is really about that. You bring the energy, you bring the dark up, you transform it. And so this deep breathing, which is this abdominal breathing in the exercise, is very important before you actually practice the Qi breathing. Reverse Wang Yok Lai. Because you don't want to bring it up, and instead of transforming, you become more negative. You act out irrationally from all those negativity, and it's not something that comes from you inside. Yes, it is from inside, they're there, but it's the external situation, people, that will trigger that you already have in you, and you'll get angry, you will burst out. Okay? So usually we don't teach the Qi breathing, we never teach it publicly. I just happen to do it. And Mabel is smiling, saying, "You bad boy, we are going to put you in jail." All right, and reverse. Then after you have that breathing where you start to really work self-development. You are starting to have that awareness of the dark, and you're transforming yourself. You become more humble about yourself, about everything. Then suddenly you start to understand that all of that, you need to unlock everything through you. It's not just about energy that goes into the navel only. This is just the base. Next is to really make it flow, to unlock every single stagnation. Stagnation is all the negativity that we have about ourselves, about all the stagnation, all the negativity. So we try to become more well-rounded. You see, the circulation, well-rounded person. All right, up here. I think we did too much of the hips on both sides. And ultimately, the circulation breathing is, that's it, good enough. And yes, we have many circulation breathing. We have the microcosmic, and we also have the macrocosmic. And then we have the Qi Wing that I just taught you. Reverse Wang Yok Lai. And so usually circulation breathing will be good enough, but the Qi Wing breathing is actually the signature of our lineage, our school. And so it's beyond the circulation, is going to beyond the humanness, the Zhenren, something tapping into something that is much higher. And yet it is something that is innate, existent in us already. And drop down, shoulders, Wai Vai. Reverse Wang Yok Lai inversé. One more. Drop your head down, gập đầu xuống, relâchez la tête et tournez. Roll your head all around. Xoay cái đầu. Reverse swing line inversé. Always remember to take your time. Feel the tensions being relaxed. Luôn luôn nhớ mình làm chậm chậm nhẹ nhẹ để cho mình thư giãn được. Buông hết cái sự căng thẳng trên cái cổ. Toujours se rappeler d'aller doucement. Et ressentez les tensions du cou se détendre. Let's do one more, thêm lần nữa, encore une fois. Gently come back, từ từ trở lại, hít vô. Let's do one more lần nữa. And now cross up. Let's do one more. Good. And let's tap a little bit here. Over the shoulders, chân vai, sur les épaules. Alright, good. Open your legs and sliding to the sides. Relax. Strong breathing. Nhớ thư giãn, thả lỏng người mình rồi thở mạnh sâu. Corps détendu et respirez profondément. Fort. Start to đề cáng, squeeze your perineum and bring up. Đề cáng đem lên, sức nóng trên cái rúm. Đề cáng and ramener cette chaleur jusqu'au nombril. When I say đề cáng means you squeeze your perineum and you bring up gradually. Just gradual squeeze, don't squeeze too fast. Progressivement, on contracte le périnée jusqu'au nombril. Đề cáng. Now start to twist. So mình sway. Now inhale, you bring the heat from the tailbone all the way up to the top of your head. And that's it. Exhale, focus at the top of your head and come back to the bottom. Inhale, bring up. Okay, just focus on the path going up only from the back. Bây giờ mình hít vô, mình chú ý phần đi lên thôi. Xương cùng đến trên đỉnh đầu. Thở ra, tập trung vào trên đỉnh đầu rồi mình trở lại xương cùng, rồi mình hít vô, rồi thở ra, hít vô, thở ra. Cứ làm như vậy. Inspire, coccyx jusqu'au sommet de la tête. Expire, on garde notre attention au sommet de la tête et on continue à respirer de cette manière. Let's do one more. All right, and then inhale, up, and then exhale, down to the navel. Inhale, bring up from the back. Exhale, down, bring it down to the navel. In, out. Hít vô, xương cùng trên đỉnh đầu. Thở ra, buông xuống đến cái rũm. Inspire, du coccyx au sommet de la tête. Expire, on relâche jusqu'au nombril. Expire. Relax your arms. Make them float, barely using your muscle strength. Mình làm sao mà mình đem tay lên nó rất là ít sức mạnh bắp thịt của mình. Essayez de lever les bras d'une manière très sans effort. Voilà, sans effort, sans utiliser de trop la force physique. Respirez fort. The circulation start to become clear. You start to feel it. Từ từ mình cảm nhận cái tiểu trô thiên càng rõ. Tout doucement, on commence à ressentir et avoir cette clarté de la circulation. Inspire. Expire. Keep your arms up now. Inhale, twist all the way. Last one. Coming back and drop your arms. Inhale. Stretch your legs a little bit even more. Giãn chân ra thêm nữa, écartez un peu plus vos jambes. Exhale down. Keep circulating. In. Out. Once your circulation is kind of clear and flowing, you don't need to dégang anymore. And when you inhale, exhale. In. Out. Khi nào cái năng lượng nó chạy rồi, cái vọng từ chỗ thiên nó chạy, cũng như là không cần dégang nữa, mình chỉ hít vô lên rồi thở ra xuống. Lorsque la circulation est fluide, vous n'avez plus besoin de respirer des gangs en même temps. Very good. And now let's go to the left. When you inhale down, exhale down, fold, and from the center coming back up. In, left and fold. And keep circulating. Tiếp tục thở đều cho thiên. Continue à respirer. Avec la circulation. To the right, bên phải. Is everything okay on your side? The sound? Because I kind of hear something, some kind of whistle. I'm not sure if it's from my mic or no. Okay, good. Coming back, put the 2 feet together, heaven and earth. Out, keep circulating. I hope you're all doing well, and at this stage here, your circulation is very flowing. Trong giai đoạn này á, mình cảm nhận cái tiểu trở thiên rất là rõ và rất là thông. À ce stade, on devrait avoir une fluidité de la circulation et notre circulation est très claire. Let's do one more. Out, drop your arms, your hands. Inhale, bring your hands, palms together, chắp tay lại. Exhale, bring it down. Bending your knees. And inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. Alright, so now when you inhale, you bring the two energy meet at the navel. Exhale, just keep your focus at the navel for now. Exhale. In. Out, focus at the navel. Bây giờ hít vô từ chân đến đầu và hồi ấm mình đem vô rồi nó gặp nhau đến cái rúm. Rồi thở ra, mình giữ tập cái chuối của mình ở trong cái rúm, ngay cái rúm. Hít vô. Thở ra. Inspire. On ramène l'énergie du sommet de la tête et du périnée. Les deux se rencontrent au nombril. Expire, on garde notre attention sur le nombril. The line is inside your body, central of your body. So it's not in the front, it's not in the back, it's in the middle. Hai cái đường lên và xuống là nó trong cái người của mình chứ không phải ở ngoài, đằng trước hoặc là đằng sau cái lưng. Tan thiện. Deux lignes se rencontrent, les deux forces se rencontrent au nombril et ils sont pas extérieurs ou à l'arrière du dos, mais à l'intérieur du corps, à l'intérieur. Ok? Inspire, yo, nhón chân lên and lift up yourself. Exhale. I'm just preparing you before we actually do the bowing, so that you can keep that image, mental image of this circulation. It's a certain kind of circulation, the Qi Gong Bowing circulation. It's not a circle, but it's a flow. That's why we say circulation as a flow. Perineum all the way up to the navel and top of your head all the way down to the navel. The two meet at the same time. Make sure same time. Let's do one more. All right, coming back. And here, this is how you do. I'm just showing you maybe a few times, and then it's very easy. I mean, it's not much. And then we do it together, all right? So this is how we start, just like the regular one, the basic one. You go down, nothing changed. The breathing changed, of course. Out, and then inhale. We bring into the navel, and then from here, exhale. You bring out. One goes to the top, and one goes back to the perineum. All right, like this. And you come back, inhale, bring back to the navel, both forces. Hands down first, and exhale from the navel, stretching out to the top of your head and down to the navel, to the perineum. Hít vô, mình đem hai cái năng lượng trên đến đầu và hồi âm gập vào trong cái rúng. Thở ra từ cái rúng nó giãn lên lại đến bậc hội và xuống hội âm. Mình cứ làm như vậy, giờ hít vô đem vô lại đến cái rúm, hai cái đem trên cái rúm, thở ra giãn ra trên đỉnh đầu và hồi âm. Inspire, on ramène les deux énergies, sommet de la tête et du périnée, jusqu'au nombril. Expire du nombril, l'énergie se sépare et l'un monte jusqu'au sommet de la tête et l'autre descend jusqu'au périnée. Inspire, on ramène les deux forces, sommet et périnée. Retour au nombril et expire. On étire, sommet de la tête, et le périnée. Inspire, hít vô. Thở ra, and up. You stretch your arms up like this, all right? And you push the belly out a little bit. Good? Easy, right? Very easy. So you breathe in and you breathe out. You breathe in and you breathe out. You keep doing that, stretching, bringing in, and then stretching out, bringing in and stretching out, bringing in and stretching out. Easy, right? All right, let's do this together. And we're going to try to do 100 bows. Ready? Curl tongue up. Breathe. Ready, and inhale. Out. In. Out. Stretch up. In. Out. In. Out. So same process. Try to relax in your form. In. Out. Make sure you do it correctly first and then you relax. Trước tiên mình nhớ làm sao cho cái động tác của mình nó đúng cái thế. Rồi sau mình bắt đầu thư giãn. Ráng thư giãn càng sâu càng tốt, bất cứ động tác nào. Commencez à vous focaliser sur la technique, de bien faire le mouvement, de ne pas vous faire mal, de vous sentir confortable et habitué au mouvement. Et ensuite, on essaie au mieux de se détendre à chaque instant dans le mouvement, dans les mouvements. Expire. In. Out. In. Out. once you relax, your movements are gentle. Try your best to focus on your breathing, strong and deep. If it's already strong and deep, then work on your Qi Gong breathing. Return to the origin breathing. Khi nào khí thế của mình đã nhẹ rồi, mình thư giãn đủ rồi, bây giờ mình tập trung vào trong thở mạnh và sâu. Nếu thở mạnh sâu đủ rồi, thì mình tập trung vào trong thở nguyên. Une fois que le corps est détendu, les mouvements sont doux. On se focalise sur la respiration forte et profonde. Si votre respiration est forte et profonde déjà, on se focalise sur la respiration Qi Gong. I don't know how you feel, but I feel I don't want to stop. I don't want to speak. I'm just into my own practice. I forgot about all of you guys. Let's do one more. And drop down. How many we did, Mabel? We only did 10 minutes, are you sure? Okay, embrace. Let go. Totally relax. Drop your tongue. Disengage your tongue. Hoàn toàn thư giãn. Cho cái lưỡi thả xuống. Détendez votre corps. Laissez la langue se poser, détendue. Respiration douce, profonde et légère, jusqu'au nombril. Breathe gently and deeply into the navel. Tập trung vào trong cái rốn, mình thở thiệt là nhẹ sâu vào trong cái rốn. Feel the relaxation of the body, the gentleness of your breathing. Cảm nhận cái sự thư giãn thân của mình, cái sự nhẹ nhàng hơi thở. Ressentez la détente de votre corps, la douceur de votre souffle. Feel the inner peace, the serenity. Cảm nhận cái sự tĩnh lặng, an bình nội tại. Sensation de paix intérieure, de sérénité. And affirm, I am peaceful and I am home. I am free. Mình khẳng định tôi thanh tịnh. Tôi trở về nhà rồi, tức là tôi tự tại. Affirmez, je suis en paix. Je suis chez moi et donc je suis libre. Open your eyes, mở mắt ra. Ouvrez les yeux. Open your palms. Embrace. And let go. Buông tay xuống. All right. How are you feeling, everyone? Our clock is kind of slow. So right now is what time, Mabel? 10. No, if you look at the computer, not there. I think it's almost 20, right? 10:20. Alright, so because every time I remember I was 5 minutes later, but actually I'm 10 minutes late. 16. Okay, so let's sit down. Mời các bác ngồi xuống. Remember the last time when we do the circulation, the first time, I have you sit down and then do the circulation. Now I'm going to have you doing the Qi Gong. Return to the origin breathing. And so when you inhale, you bring it into the navel. And when you exhale, you keep your focus at the navel. So you're not bringing out. When you exercise, you bring in and out. But when you meditate, you bring in and you stay there. When you exhale, bring in and exhale, stay there, breathing and stay there. The tongue is totally relaxed, disengaged, doesn't need to be curled up or touch the palate up here. As when you do the circulation, you have to have the tongue touching a little bit. Okay? Thở nguyên thì mình ngồi á, bây giờ mình sẽ quán cái quyên nguyên. Mình hít vô từ hội âm bát hội đem xuống đến cái rúng. Thở ra mình giữ cái chuối vào trong cái rúng. Rồi mình hít vô đem lên và đem xuống và gặp trong cái rúng. Thở ra giữ cái tập trung vào trong cái rúng, mình cứ làm như vậy. Lưỡi không cần cong lên, lưỡi hoàn toàn buông xuống. Khi nào mình làm cái vòng tiểu trôi thiên á, mình mới cong cái lưỡi lên. On va faire la visualisation de la respiration. Qi Gong, Qi Yuan. Inspire du sommet et le périnée, on ramène jusqu'au nombril. Expire, on garde notre attention au nombril et on continue. Inspire, expire, inspire, expire. On fait comme ça à chaque fois. La langue complètement détendue, posée, pas besoin de coller sur le palais. Contrairement à la circulation, on doit coller sur le palais pour que cette énergie circule. Ici, on ne fait pas de circulation, donc c'est juste de haut en bas comme ça. Ok, are you ready? Make sure you sit comfortably, stable. So check on your posture and adjust yourself if you need to. Nhớ luôn luôn ngồi làm sao cho cái người mình rất là thoải mái, có thể chỉnh lại cái người nếu cần. Toujours s'asseoir de manière confortable, réajuster votre corps si besoin, trouver cet équilibre. And start to relax from head to toes. Bắt đầu thư giãn từ đầu đến chân. Commencez par détendre votre corps de la tête aux pieds. Relax to the point you can feel not only the relaxation of the area, but the sense of heaviness of the surface, the skin, the flesh. Thư giãn. Mỗi phần mình phải cảm nhận cái sự thư giãn, mà làm sao mà cũng cảm nhận cái sức nặng da bắp thịt của mình. Détendez chaque partie du corps. À chaque fois, ressentez la détente au point de ressentir la lourdeur de la surface, la peau, la chair. Once the whole body is relaxed and still, affirm I am relaxed. Khi nào cái thân mình hoàn toàn thư giãn, bắt đầu mình khẳng định tôi thư giãn. Une fois que votre corps est complètement détendu, immobile, affirmez je suis détendu. And then focus on the breathing. Breathe gently into the navel. Gentle abdominal breathing. Bây giờ thở làm sao thở thiệt là nhẹ, thở vào trong cái bụng, cái rúm. Mình thở bụng thiệt là nhẹ. On se focalise sur la respiration abdominale, mais une respiration très très douce. Once your breathing is gentle, start to do the Qi Gong breathing, the Kuei Yuan breathing. Inhale from the top, bring it down to the navel. At the same time, from the perineum, bring up to the navel, meeting point. Exhale, keep the focus at the navel. Khi nào thở nhẹ rồi, bây giờ mình bắt đầu thở Qi Gong. Hít vô trên đến đầu, đem xuống đến cái rúm. Mà cùng lúc từ hồi âm đem lên đến cái rúm. Thở ra giữ chú ý vào trong cái rúm. Une fois que la respiration est douce, on respire. On visualise la respiration Kuei Yuan, Qi Gong. Du sommet de la tête jusqu'au nombril et en même temps du périnée jusqu'au nombril, en même temps. Expire, gardez votre attention sur le nombril. affirm to yourself, I am free. I am home. Khẳng định tôi tại. I am home. Et affirmer, je suis libre et je suis chez moi. Release 3 breaths out through the mouth. Thở ra 3 hơi bằng miệng. Expirez 3 fois par la bouche. Feel yourself reconnect with the world, external world. Cảm nhận như là mình liên kết với cái vũ trụ. Trở lại cái trần gian. Ressentez que vous vous reconnectez avec le monde extérieur. Open your eyes, mở mắt ra, ouvrez les yeux. Palms up. Mở bàn tay ra, ouvrez les paumes des mains. Bring your hands into your heart, đem hai tay giữa lồng ngực. Les mains sur la poitrine. And appreciate all the goodness, the beauties you have experienced. Hãy cảm kích tất cả kinh nghiệm tốt, lành mình đang có. Appréciez toutes les bontés, toutes les beautés que vous avez vécues. Put the palms together, chắp tay lại, les mains jointes. With appreciation and humbleness, we bow down. Thank you everyone. Cảm ơn các bác, các anh chị. Merci à tous. Alors, how are you feeling? Comment allez-vous? Các bác khỏe không? I got a few bites while I was sitting, so it's so itchy. Ay. Let's see, any questions? Any questions over here? Oops, what happened? What did you do, Mabel? Oops. All right. Okay, everyone here, how do you spell they can in English? That's how you in English? Well, they can. That's how you wrote. Tara, this is correct. Just de and can, just like in Vietnamese without the accent. In Chinese we say Qi Gong, Thi, and Gong I always think is C. Qi Gong, Cang, I think. Qi Gong. All right. Any questions? So the Kui Yuan, I can say more, but you inhale, you bring into the navel like this. You see the plus and minus, and then it dissolve. And so basically, it's to be liberated. So here is about the Dantian, the second chakra area, which is our desire, our attachment. So when you do this and you practice, you will feel more liberated from your attachment, basically. Okay, and then we can do in a different centers of energy. Kainim just mentioned that we shouldn't do the Qigong often. To give exercise, which is my gynecologist said all women should do 100 times a day, especially after childbirth. Okay, exactly. The Huang Tam from Maryland, the Qigong is very much like the Qigong exercise for women. And from her what she wrote is that her gynecologist, what is it? Gynecologist, suggests to do 100 times a day for women. I don't know about that. That's medical. That's okay if that's a recommendation. But in our system of energy work, would not want to do so many. I forgot the number, but for sure it's not 100. For women, it's not 100, but it's much less. At least half less at least. So do not do too much. Just do a few, maybe 20 to 20, 30. I would say 30 max. And then when your circulation is good, don't need to do more. All right? Do not take the risk, especially for women. Men, you can do many. It's not a problem. It's just different body and different system. All right. I will say goodbye to all of you. No more questions. Oh, you have Ivy here. We have today. We're gonna have a little training for the online instructors. So right after this, we're still working.